Talk slower.
Okay, the German wine law. We get a lot of criticism when it comes to the German wine law because all these different words, Spätlese, Trockenbeeren, Auslese, Eiswein, Einzellage, Großlage, großes Gewächs, whatever, sounds in the first minute very, very confusing. But you have to know before you start criticizing us that we are working with Riesling. You know, when you're in Burgundy, it's very simple. You're working whether with Chardonnay or with Pinot Noir. Both wines are always dry, and then you decide if it's maybe more oaked or unoaked.
I wouldn't do it like that.
Okay.
Because it's you versus me. There's no hate.
Now, of course, there's no hate. But
Because
we are not working.
but these are the viewers, you know. They're not the wine professionals.
Okay.
They're not criticizing you. They just want to know how the wine law is.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Maybe I don't make it too complicated.
It's for the viewer. They just want to know, okay, what the hell is großes Gewachs? What is this Auslese, Trockenbeeren, Auslese?
Yeah.
You know? That's all they want to know.
Yeah. Okay. So I start from scratch.
You go for the viewer, for me.
I don't make it too complicated, just simple.
Yeah.
You know, and then not too much details about the history bullshit, you know.
You know, if
It's-
you need to if you need history to build up your story, then you need history, you know. But
No, it's not. And then it takes 10 minutes, and that people don't want to hear that. Okay, this is how it is.
it's for them. Tell
Yeah.
them how the wine law is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. The German wine law. The German wine law is based on a wine law from 1971, and it describes the different quality levels that we have here. The basic quality is just wine. Then the grapes can come all over Germany, and you can make a big mix of God knows what, and you call it wine. This is especially for bulk wines important. Then we have the category Landwein, which means Vino da Tavola if you compare it to other countries. And there are 19 regions where this wine can come from, but to be honest, only 2.9% of the whole production having this quality category. Just forget about it, it's not important. Then we have the Qualitätswein bestimmter Anbaugebiete, the QBA. The grapes have to come 100% from one of the 13 German regions, and they have to have a minimum sugar weight to allowed to carry this quality category. And the premium category is the Qualitätswein mit Prädikat. This is the Prädikate like Kabinett, Spätlese, Auslese, Beerenauslese, Trockenbeeren, Auslese or Eiswein. Also, those grapes have to come from 100% from one of the 13 wine growing regions. Chaptalization is not allowed, and the Prädikate are depending on sugar levels at harvest and wine style. Then also, how can you see if a wine is dry, off-dry or sweet? If you find on the label somewhere the term trocken, then you can be sure that the wine has maximum 9 grams of residual sugar and that the wine taste is really dry. Then there's the term halbtrocken, which means off-dry or semi-dry. Then those wines having a residual sugar content up to 18 grams per liter, so they taste fruity but not sweet. This is a very interesting category when it comes to Riesling, which it's high acid, for example. Then we have the term lieblich for wines with more than 45 grams per liter and sweet with more than 45 grams per liter. But lieblich and süß you don't find that much on the label. So when you don't find the term trocken or halbtrocken on the label, you can be sure that this wine that you have then, or that this bottle that you have in your hand, that this is a sweet wine. So for you to remember, you have to remember trocken, which is dry, and halbtrocken, which is semi-dry. And if you don't find anything on the label, it's sweet. Then we have another important classification, which is the classification of the VDP. The VDP is actually a private club. It's a club of the so-called best wineries of Germany. There are at the moment 199. And those wine growers were not happy with this German wine classification, which linking quality towards sugar levels only. They wanted to do the Burgundian way, that was the big role model. They wanted to link the quality to the geographic possibility. So they wanted to like the idea that the more narrow the area is that you mention on the label, the higher quality you have in the glass. And they brought back this very old text maps from the Bavarian Empire and so on, which were made in the 18th and 19th century, which describes which vineyards are the best, and the owners had to buy then a little bit more tax, of course. This was the idea of these text maps. And they brought back these text maps and developed this 4-tier system, which is now incorporated by the VDP members. And a lot of growers which are not in the VDP are orientating themselves towards that classification. So this is the pyramid. On the basic level, you have the VDP Gutswein, which would be the same as in Burgundy, the generic wine, like Bourgogne Blanc or Bourgogne Rouge. For the Gutswein, this is a really high caliber entry-level wines. You can have a bit more yield than for the premium wines, and that's it. So and then we have the Ortswein. The Ortswein is the village. This would be the term in Burgundy. The grapes have to come from a from a defined area around the village, and you know that you have around the village maybe a homogeneous soil type or so. You have already more character to the wine, which explains that quality level.
Could you do the VDP Ortswein again, just now? We
Okay.
can cut it in.
The next level. The next step of the pyramid is the VDP Ortswein, which would be in Burgundy the village. The grapes have to come from a defined area around that certain village, and here you have already a little bit more characteristics than, for example, with the Gutswein. Then you have the level Erste Lage, which would be translated into Premier Cru. Of course, here also very defined vineyard areas, which are then in a blind tasting, you can differentiate already the terroir. And then you have the VDP Große Lage, which would be the Grand Cru. This is the highest level in the pyramid. Only the super best single vineyard sites could carry this term. And then it's very important, if a wine from a Große Lage, from a Grand Cru vineyard is dry, then it is called Großes Gewächs. And if it is a sweet wine, then the growers use the term Kabinett, Spätlese, Auslese, and so on. And this was the idea behind this classification, that the predicate like Kabinett and so on are used for sweet wines only. And if you make a dry wine, you just call it, for example, VDP Ortswein, Riesling Trocken, Point. It makes life much more easier.
I think this is perfect.
Yeah, you don't have to go into history, blah, blah, blah.
No, this is perfect.
Yeah, that's right.
This is just, okay, to the point. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, I just want the premium best. Okay,
Yeah.
so I go for the Erste Lage.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go for the Große Lage.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was very clear. If it's dry, Großes Gewächs. If it's not dry, it's...
Kabinett, Spätlese, God knows what. Yeah, Point. Yeah, right.
That's very good.
Yeah.
And this is 5 minutes, you know?
And no one wants to listen to more wine law.
No.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Now we just do the introduction of us. I will